You may be paying twice for AI tools. Today, I want to talk to you about something called embedded AI. It is everywhere. It's on your mobile devices, your iPhone, your Android. It's on your iPads or your tablets. It's on your laptop. It's also in all of your productivity software, Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace. And it's in role-based software or industry niche software. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a video maker, a podcaster, you are going to see AI tools embedded in that software. So it would be like your role as a podcaster. If you're in legal, you're going to see AI tools embedded in your legal industry client relationship management software, for example. That's true for everybody, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what your role is, Salesforce if you're a sales professional, Canva if you're a marketing professional, and so on and so forth. No matter what your role, no matter what your niche, AI is embedded in your tools. And every day, those new features are being added, and it can be very overwhelming, but it's so important to train your mind to stop and think, what software feature has been added today related to AI that could save me time, make me more efficient, make me more effective? That can also be true. And what do you need to ignore? So that's the beginning of this conversation. To begin, I wanted to make sure you understood what embedded AI is and why it matters. So why does it matter? Let's talk about that from a security perspective. So many times, if you are having to use AI, you go out to ChatGPT, you go out to Claude, you have to leave your software ecosystem, and you're in a corporation, you're now participating in shadow AI. So it's like software that you've not really been approved to use inside of your corporate network or organization. So there's data risks for going externally to AI rather than internally. So for example, if your company has approved Microsoft 365 for all the client data to be used inside of those productivity software packages, then you are going to be able to utilize that productivity software security-wise for your client data. Now, if for example, Copilot is part of your company's plan, then you're going to have enterprise-level security on that software. Whereas if you take that data out into ChatGPT, all that protection is gone. So that's one reason you would want to utilize embedded AI instead of external AI. Now, let me give you another scenario, and this is my personal story. So in January, this was not an AI initiative, but it is a tech stack inventory, because if you're like me as a small business owner, you're constantly adding tools to your toolkit, and you may find at some point that you've got an overload of one kind of tool. Case in point is that many of us became Zoom users several years ago and never stopped. But meanwhile, Google Workspace added Google Meet, and it has become mature meeting software, whereas it maybe wasn't when Zoom came to life. Microsoft has Teams, and many of you in corporate environment have been on Teams instead of Zoom. But an example for me is, as a Google Workspace user for many years, I hadn't even looked at Meet as an option to replace Zoom. But I decided to do that because I actually had 4 different video meeting packages that I was paying for through different memberships. So my tech stack study led me to look at Meet instead of Zoom. Now, why is that so crucial to my AI decision making? Now, let me tell you why. This was huge for me because prior to that move in January, I was running Fathom AI as my note taker inside of Zoom. Great note taker. It not only gave me notes, but would produce like a checklist of items for each of our attendees, because we do strategy sessions with each of our clients every week. Now, what happened when I moved to Google Meet, and again, this wasn't an AI decision, but a software decision, but it changed my life dramatically in terms of time savings, because with Google Meet, as is true with Teams, it's going to save the recording inside of your ecosystem. And in Google Workspace setting, my meeting notes, my meeting recording, everything was stored on the calendar date for the meeting. I no longer had to export those meeting notes from Fathom and bring them over into my workspace. Everything was stored right where I needed it inside of my ecosystem, inside of my drive. Came with security level protection of my Google Workspace account. Just a beautiful usage of AI to record and take notes. Beautiful usage of AI inside of Google Workspace that would automatically create a to-do list from my meeting and store it in a place that was very easy for me to find as part of my workflow. That was the green light, the wake-up call to me that I need to be looking inside of my tool set, inside of what I've already have. And it's also then uncovered other things. So between January and today's date of May 14th, I just looked up this week, I've gotten 4 updates from Google Workspace, and we pay domain level Google Workspace. This isn't like general Gmail, but daystarnewmedia.com uses Google Workspace, and so our domain software is there just like it would be if you were Teams and Microsoft 365. So at any rate, from January to May, we've been updated with 4 emails that say we're adding new features of AI to your Google Workspace account. At first in January, they were charging, but February, March, April, May, the additions of AI power have come with no charge. They've opened it up. And the reason is everybody's competing to get, all the big guys, the big players are competing to get our usage of their software and their AI. So if you haven't looked in a while, bet your terms have changed in what AI capabilities you have with the current software you're using. It's really important with AI that you stay on top of what usage capabilities you have so that your workflow efficiency can be enhanced and your data protection can be enhanced. So that's my update for today. I hope that you will look at your emails. What AI features have been added to your software, whether it's your role-based software, your industry vertical software, or your productivity software. Get attuned to Think AI, AI first, what's coming to me, what's in the environment I'm already working in. Look first to your embedded AI. Your work will most likely be more secure and more efficient in that space. This is just one example of what I'm teaching inside of my AI Bootcamp for Busy Professionals. If you'd like to check that out, just visit daystarnewmedia.ai. And what's coming in June is the AI Accelerator for Leaders. This is going to be not about using AI for productivity and efficiency in our existing workflows, but this new training program is for people who want to use AI for innovation and strategy. Whole different way to engage with AI. Stay tuned to daystarnewmedia.ai to see what we're doing to help equip people to not be left behind in this AI era.